Welcome to SignalTv's Game of the Week, presented by Galpin Subaru in Santa Clarita. This week, we look at Friday's matchup between the Valencia Vikings and the Chaminade Eagles. Let's get to the action.
Hi everybody, and welcome to SignalTv's presentation of the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week. I'm Dave Caldwell.
And I'm Haley Sawyer. We're here to get you all set for the Santa Clarita football action coming up this weekend.
Last week, we had every Santa Clarita team on the gridiron. The Sauga Centurions defeated the defending Northern Division champion Scorpions 28-25, thanks to the defense stopping Camarillo to steal the win. Centurions quarterback Nathan Eldridge finished 20 of 27 for 297 yards and 4 touchdowns.
The Golden Valley Grizzlies went to 2-0 on the season with a 26-0 win over Royal. The Grizzlies defense scored 8 points, intercepted 3 passes, and pitched a shutout for the second game in a row. DJ McIntyre had 2 of those interceptions, one of which he returned for 25 yards for a touchdown.
The Wildcats got a 22-yard field goal from Skylar Brigman in overtime to give West Ranch their first win of the Chris Varner era. Running back Jake Rice ran for 170 yards and added 3 receptions for 64 yards and a touchdown.
Henry Ariano ran for 98 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Cowboys notched their first win of the season, 34-27 against Burbank. Quarterback Miles Fallon completed 17 of 27 passes for 251 yards and 2 touchdowns.
7-time defending Foothill League champion Valencia started their season off with a 52-7 win over the Palmdale Falcons. Running back Moises Haynes ran for 3 of the 5 rushing touchdowns scored by the Vikings.
Hart fans were happy to see Nick Moore back behind center as the Indians won their season opener on the road. Moore completed 13 of 22 passes for 249 yards and had an additional 28 rushing yards in a 30-20 win against Downey.
The Cardinals overcame a 27-point deficit at halftime, but it was too little too late in their 3-point loss Saturday. The Cardinals had 97 yards of penalties in the first half compared to just 84 yards of total offense.
College of the Canyon started their season the right way with a 32-19 win over the Marauders. The Cougars defense tallied 11 sacks in the game, led by defensive end Brody Falco, who was credited with 2.5 sacks.
This week's Galpin Subaru Game of the Week is the reigning Foothill League champion Valencia Vikings versus the Chaminade Eagles. The Vikings have a history with the Eagles. The two have met every year for the last 5 years, with Chaminade coming out on top every time. This time around, the Eagles are entering the contest ranked 9th in Division I in the CIF Southern section. Valencia is working to make it into the top 10 in Division II. Haley had a chance to get out to practice earlier this week.
Valencia's staunch defense held Palmdale to 7 points last week. It's all because of a strong defensive line and one particular linebacker, Tariq Spites.
Our defense usually gets to the point where we can line up on the ball on a Friday night and we know what the offense is going to run before they even stop the ball.
But Spates is not the only one who has proven himself on the field. Quarterback Aaron Thomas has the potential to be a huge threat to opposing teams.
Here we go. I think I've expanded my game a lot from the last game, and I think I'm ready to take on the challenges of this season.
The Vikings recognize that Friday's game against Division I Chaminade will be a challenging one, but Coach Muir hopes that it will strengthen the team this season.
You can really find out your faults quicker, and you really understand that if you're making some mistakes or you have some weak points that you got to really work on, you'll see it against really good teams. So we love the challenge, and it's a big challenge for us, but we like that here at Valencia.
Now, Dave, I know we just talked a lot about the defense, but let's say a little bit of love for the offense. So Moises Haynes, really good running back, can really get low. He's a big guy too, so he can really physically push his way through. And they also have Javon Wilson, who's a faster kind of guy, so he's going to be running back number 2. So it's going to be interesting to see how that depth develops this season.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll give you more with the Vikings versus the Eagles. And we'll also show you the entire lineup of games coming up this weekend as the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week show continues.
Galpin Subaru in Valencia is proud to bring you the SignalTv Game of the Week. Sponsored by Jersey Mike's of Santa Clarita and the Valencia and Canyon Country Car Wash.
We are Santa Clarita Flooring, the fun place to shop for your home, and we are having our biggest sale ever! That's right. Save up to 40% on Santa Clarita's largest selection of flooring.
Carpet from only 99 cents. Hardwood $3.99. Laminate only $1.99. And porcelain tile $1.49. Call us today and schedule a free in-home estimate before September 17th, and I'll give you an additional $100 off your purchase. Plus, qualify for up to $1,000 in rebates.
Voted the best flooring center in Santa Clarita for 2 years in a row, Santa Clarita Flooring is the fun way to shop for your home. Located near IHOP at 26111 Bouquet Canyon Road. Santa Clarita Flooring's biggest sale ever. One day only, September 17th.
Free refreshments and more.
Join us September 17th for our biggest sale ever.
See you then.
Welcome back to the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week show here on SignalTv. We're talking about the Valencia Vikings traveling to Chatsworth to take on the Chaminade Eagles.
Well, Chaminade's speed will be the most difficult obstacle, starting with running back TJ Pledger, who ran for over 1,300 yards and 26 touchdowns last year. But Valencia's smart defense is conditioned to swarm. Vikings coach Larry Muir believes his team is ready for the challenge.
They can build off what they did last Friday and take it to another level and be more physical, a little bit more physical. I think they have the chance of being a really good defense for us.
And Tariq Spates has the game marked as well. He played against Pledger last year, and he told me that he didn't attack him as much as he wanted to. And Tariq also lines up the defense, so he's just this really smart, intelligent linebacker with some unfinished business to take care of.
This defense is going to have to be ready for Chaminade's diverse offense. Throw in Valencia's 5-year winless streak against the Eagles, and you've got the potential for one great game. Let's turn our attention to the other games happening Friday night.
Golden Valley will go for their third consecutive shutout as they host the Crescenta Valley Falcons at home. The Falcons destroyed Verdugo Hills in their season opener 51-8 last Friday.
The Wildcats will try to make it 2 in a row when they host Antelope Valley at Valencia High School. The Antelopes had a bye week last week, which means they had an added week to think about their 0-week shutout loss to Golden Valley.
The Cowboys are also looking to get to 2-1 on the season as they travel to Oxnard. The Yellow Jackets are 1-1 and are coming off a 32-15 win over Quartz Hill on Friday. Oxnard scored 21 unanswered points in the third quarter of that game to overcome a halftime deficit.
Saugus looks to go to 3-0 as they travel to Ventura to take on Buena. Nathan Eldridge has thrown for 7 touchdowns in the Centurions' first 2 victories.
The Hart Indians will have their home opener Friday as they host the Arroyo Knights from El Monte. The Knights are 2-0 with a forfeit win over Corona and a 50-0 destruction of Temple City.
The Cardinals are looking to get on the winning side of the ledger after losing their first 2 games. It might be a tall order as Campbell Hall is not only 2-0, they have outscored their first 2 opponents 90-2.
That's a lot of points. Trinity is coming off their bye week and will travel to Fillmore to take on the 1-0 Century High. The Knights are searching for their first win after coming off of a bye week.
The Cougars are looking to make it 2 in a row in junior college football as they are right here at Cougar Stadium this Saturday night to take on Orange Coast. The Pirates won their season opener 27-3 over East Los Angeles.
That's our look at what's happening this weekend in SCV football here on the Galpin Subaru Game of the Week show. Remember to check signalscv.com Friday night for coverage of every game.
You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by just searching Signal Sports. Next week, our Galpin Subaru Game of the Week will feature the Canyon Cowboys hosting the Highland Bulldogs.
For Dave Caldwell and our entire SignalTv team, I'm Haley Sawyer, and I'll see you at the game.